loving you went so bad. I miss the days we used to hang on.
1 Corinthians 13 says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, and it's definitely not proud. Welcome to the Love and Conditions podcast. This is where we talk about relationships and love. So whether you're married, whether you're engaged, you're divorced, you're a best friend, you're a mother-son relationship, a mother-in-law, a daughter-in-law, whatever relationship that you are in, this is where we will talk about your relationships and the love that is in it. And this evening, of course, we do have some very special guests. I am so excited for them. We have Ellie and her son, Noah, who will be sharing with us for a few minutes. Welcome, Ellie and Noah. Thank you so much for coming in this evening.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you for having us, and we appreciate you. And
All right. Before we go any further, I'm going to ask you to tell the audience about yourselves, beginning with Noah.
my name is Noah. I like exploring, and I like playing with our dog, and I love my mom. I have 6 siblings, and my mom's got a new car.
Ellie.
All right. My name's Ellie Carroll. I'm a manager of a inspirational publishing company called God's Way Publishing. I'm a mother of 6 children. I am an author. Most importantly, I'm a servant of Jesus Christ. I dedicate my life to sharing the gospel and just trying to do my best with raising my children in the best way that I possibly can. And with my free time, I enjoy arts and crafts. I like writing books, and I like video games. Spending time with my family as well.
Perfect.
like
Thank you so much. All right. So now I want my audience to know. So I met these two last year. I was having a conference, the Bent But Not Broken conference. And I was so impressed when I met Noah because I found out that he is an author at such a very young age. And he was there with his mom, with their books and everything at the conference. Now, Ellie, let me ask you, what is the best part about spending so much time together, especially when you go to events and in your journey as an author?
The best time about spending time together, I would say, is just watching his very charismatic personality when it comes to especially like when we go to events and anytime I take him to anything that's like business oriented or like that involves him to show his character. And I really like watching him in action. And just seeing how he just naturally flows with people and how charismatic he is.
Yes, very charismatic indeed. I did get the opportunity to speak with him as well, so I know. No, Noah, let me ask you, you are an author, all right? So what made you want to become an author like your mother? What was it that say, okay, this is something good?
I think maybe because I was a bully, and the first book was about bullying.
Mm-hmm.
Second one, I forgot.
The first one was Pride, the second one was
The second one was bullying, and the first one was pride. And I
Mm-hmm.
probably myself prideful.
Okay. So you actually just decided that you want to write books based on issues that you are having. They are normally what? They're personal stories? Your
Personal.
books are based on personal stories. And I heard you counting the books. How many books have you written in total?
2.
2 books. Okay. And is there any more that is on the horizon? Is there any more that you are working on right now?
3 more.
3 more. Okay. Very interesting. Let me ask you, Ellie, when did you notice that your son had a gift for writing? At what age? Because he's age 10 now, correct?
Yes.
All right. So when did you first notice that he had a gift for writing?
Well, I teach a class called the Inspirational Writers Workshop, and I took him to this class with me.
Mm-hmm.
And he just was, he throughout this class, he was writing a very interesting story. And I was like, oh, he might have the gift, you know. Well, I look at it as craftsmanship because to me it's art. Writing is a form of art and craftsmanship is a form of art. And then when he took a spiritual gifts test, said craftsmanship was one of his gifts.
Ooh.
And so I said, well, I put the two and two together. And then it was this one time when he wrote a prayer, and that prayer was so, I said, then I realized he had the gift of intercessory.
Mm-hmm.
And prayer was so touching. I said, man, because if you think about it, when you think about Psalms, there's prayers in there, and that's writing.
Yes.
And like your book of prayers, you know, that's a gift to be able to have that ability to write those sort of prayers to encourage and inspire. That's exhortation. So I
Mm-hmm.
said those are gifts tied together. And I also he wrote a poem, and he, I know I'm bringing up some different things, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, he wrote a poem, and I said, wow, he really has a gift, and his imagination is. Sometimes I watch him play with toys, and I say, oh my goodness, he's so creative, and
Mm-hmm.
the way the stories he come up with, I said, we got to put some of these, we got to put these in a book,
Mm-hmm.
and then his transformation from where he was
Mm-hmm.
and where God has taken him and watching him slowly transform. I'm like, you know, that's impactful to
Wow.
see the changes. But all of that to me kind of incorporated into seeing that gift of writing in him.
And that started at what age? Do you remember like the very first time? Um,
I would say 8 going on 9.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I learned his creativity pretty young, but I didn't really necessarily put the two and two together with the creativity into the writing until he attended the writer's workshop in the way that his, you know, and then he would write little comics and the stories that he would write. I feel like, oh, these are kind of interesting. You know, these are pretty interesting. And
Mm.
so
So it seems like something that was innate. He got that from you. He was born with that gift then. I know that you guys have been spending a lot of time together, whether it be at the events, the writers workshop, or whatever it is that you do together as authors. But can you tell me, give me that one favorite moment that you have together as an author? Noah, you want to take that one? What is the one favorite moment that you have with your mom?
Well, sometimes the last book signing we had, I'm hoping for another one too. I think that we should let me think about it. I think my favorite moment would be whenever she tells me to go out there and just tell them to tell tell them and just tell them to come look at her books and check it out. And I'd be like, hey y'all, um, you know, I'm 10, and if a 10-year-old can write a book, then you could write a book too. At
Yes.
age 20, 26, 50, something like that.
And you do that very well because that was how I actually met you to be talking with you when you were at the event and you said to me, come on, my mom has books, come and see them. So let me ask you, Noah, how does it feel when people recognize you as an author at such a very young age? When you tell people that, hey, I write books, and how they react to you, how does it make you feel?
Uh, like I'm known.
Like you're what?
Like I'm known.
Like you know things?
Like I'm known.
Oh, like you're known, like you're famous. Of course, you're famous. And for everyone, let me tell you, when you meet Noah, the charisma that he has, and he has his own business card. Okay, don't forget that. When you meet him, he's going to give you his business card and he's going to tell you about himself. He is already famous. He's very, very famous. Um, Ellie, let me ask you, what makes your relationship special beyond the books and beyond the events? You said you have six children, but
Yeah.
since Noah and yourself, you sort of, I don't want to use the word work, but you bond
Mhm.
together based on, both of you writing. What makes your relationship special beyond the books and beyond the events?
Well, I've always known it was something special about Noah since he was little. And we've always had a different connection. I mean, of course, I have a connection with all my children, but Noah's always kind of been like my umbilical cord that never got cut, child. And I'm sorry. And and when he was little, like an infant, he was just he would just stare at me like in just like admiration, and he was always just really, really close to me, as a mother.
Mhm.
And we've had our rough times and stuff, but we've always been able to patch them up and have them turn out to be lessons learned and strengthen our relationship through it, even though sometimes it was like, how are we going to come back from this? But we always had a special connection that was just it was just different, and like I said, he's like that the child that the umbilical cord never got cut. And I don't know how to explain it, but he just wants to do everything with me. He wants to go everywhere, and I'm like, man, if you could live inside of me, you probably would. And of course, I'm being silly, but he's just a very loyal and loving child, you know.
Good. With that being said, where does he fall with the kids? Is he the first one, third one,
He's the
last
third.
one?
He's the third.
I'm the third
The
oldest.
third child.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
always say that about the third child.
Yep.
Noah, let me ask you. I know that you have your other siblings, all right? But how do you feel knowing that you have your mom more than the others? You're always with her more than the others. How does that make you feel?
Right.
Oh,
Great.
goodness.
Yeah,
Special.
because I'm closer to her and my sister and my older brother than I am to the other people, to the other siblings. Most,
Okay.
well, not really, but I'm
Yes.
really close to mom.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes she doesn't let me go with her, and sometimes that hurts my feelings because I really be wanting to go to these events she be having, and then she be going without me.
Some events are not for children.
Right, right. Some of the events are not for kids, so you just have to stay until she gets back. I love this relationship. It is one that I admire from the very first day that I saw you, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to speak with me today as well on this podcast. But looking ahead, Ellie, what dreams do you have for your future as a mother-son author team, or as a mother son business team, or just a duo? What are your dreams? Where do you see yourself with Noah in the future where your business is concerned?
Well, to be honest, the Noah is the successor, my hope of a successor for the publishing company.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I just see his ambition, I see his drive, I see his potential. But of course, before I ever pass that on, I'd have to see his walk with Christ, because
Um,
it is such a special, it's a ministry, it's not just a business. And I
right.
see his growth and everything, but at the same time, we all have to go through things and grow through things. And Noah knows that we've got a lot of growing to do. But my main focus and goal as a parent is to see my children receive salvation and to follow the Lord. That they can, whatever they choose to do with their life, if that is my biggest dream, is to see all my children serving the Lord.
Mhm. So, Noah, are you baptized, Noah?
Hmm.
Are you
Yeah.
already baptized?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Well, you do go to church. Okay. All right. Well, it is my prayer as well for him to, because he's powerful. Such a young boy, only 10 years old, and all that has been happening with him and for him already. I know that you are praying over him as well, Ellie. And this is one of those moments when you see something. You said he is the child who is like he has never been cut loose from you. He expresses himself as well to say that he would like to be everywhere where you are. So this is a special bonding, a very special relationship. I'm going to ask you, Ellie, what is your advice to a mother out there who has a son like your son, Noah, one who, you are extremely close to, just in case there are problems that comes up? What is your best advice to a mother like you out there for her to keep holding on and to see through everything that is happening for the greater good?
My advice would be to pray a lot, to always never give up in praying for your child, no matter how rough it gets, because you're going to have times where it's like you're ready to pull your hair out sometimes. But that you just have to really stay firm in your faith, stay firm in your prayer life, and making sure you're anointing and praying over your children, and realize that we fight not against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual forces of this world. And no matter how things may seem, it's not your child that you're fighting against, but it's the enemy that's trying to destroy your child from reaching the potential that they have in Christ. So you just have to stay strong, stay prayed up, and just know that there's power in perseverance, and there's power in prayer. And there's a specific scripture that's trying to come to me. I know it's something as, do not grow weary in doing good,
Well
for in
done.
due season you will reap a harvest if you faint not. Continue, stand firm, stand strong, continue to love, choose love even when it's hard, and just continue to love your child, pray for them, and continue to raise them in the ways of the Lord, regardless if they want to accept it or not. That's what we're commanded to do, and know that it'll all pay off in the long run.
Thank you so much for those words, Ellie. There is power in prayer. And as you said, continue holding on, keep praying for your kids. That's a very good way to stop this segment. So, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, now is your time. It's time for you to subscribe, like, share, hit that notification bell so that as soon as there is another episode, you will know, you will be notified, because we are going to be broadcasting every week. Every week, there's going to be a new episode. So go ahead and do that now. And Ellie and Noah, it's now time for the rapid fire section. It's the fun section where I'm just going to be asking you some questions. And
Okay.
both of you, whoever want to answer, can go ahead and answer. It's only
Okay.
5 questions. So number 1, who is more talkative?
Me.
Who gets ready for an event faster?
Mom.
Who is more likely to come up with a new book idea first?
Me.
Who enjoys the spotlight more?
Me.
Noah.
Who gives the best encouragement?
Both of us.
Oh, okay. And who sees who as their best friend? Do you call each other your best friends?
No, I call her my mom.
Okay. I like that. That's a very good calculative answer. I love that. Thank you so much, Ellie and Noah, for spending the time with us this evening. It was very good, a very short, sweet, and spicy conversation. Before you go, though, I want you to tell me if there's any event that you have coming up soon that you would like for the audience to know. also your social media handles or your website, whatever it is that you would like to get yourself out there. Now you can go ahead and say them.
Okay. What would you want to say real quick?
I want to ask you a question.
Oh.
Shoot.
When is your next event?
Okay, my next event is going to be in April. It's going to be
Can I?
April 11th, a day after my birthday. I'm going to be having a book launch for my new book, which is called The 90 Day of Prayer, and that book your mom published for me.
Hey, that's her.
Mighty book of prayer. Oh my goodness. I don't mean to go off subject, but that book has like any prayer you can think of that you need in that moment. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. I've been reading it for the past, each prayer, each day for the past, since I published it on a specific day. And they happen to fall at such peculiar times.
Wow.
It's like no coincidence. It's like each time I read one, like for example, today was travel. And well, yesterday was travel. And a friend of mine was traveling during that time. So I was able to read that prayer and speak that prayer in regards to her traveling. And it's just like and then it was some sibling rivalry that was going on. And guess what happened to fall on that day? Sibling rivalry. So the book is powerful and it's highly recommended because you never know when God will meet you in those moments on those specific days, you know? So yeah, highly recommended.
Yes, and thank you. And I'm thankful for your input as well. Hoping to see you guys at the launch. I have not yet chosen where it's going to be, but I know it's going to be somewhere nearby, either in Clayton or in Raleigh. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted. And if you can come on over, then definitely. And yes, Noah, you will be coming back to the conference this year. It's going to be in October. The Bent But Not Broken conference. You will be there, and I will tell your mom more about that. All right.
Now, as far as events, I'm over the ministry of my church that called the Inspirational Writers Ministry, and twice a year we hold a inspirational writers workshop where we equip the saints and believers to write for the glory of God and for discipleship and evangelism, to overcome any concerns that they have, which is like pretty much like a guided writers workshop to help people to, those who may feel called to write, to take those steps towards writing. And we just break it down, make it real simple for them to find that I'm trying to explain it best I can, but to tap into their Holy Spirit relationship to be able to write for the Lord and to minister
and when
through
would that be?
And
Do you have a date on that?
Yes, it starts. It's for 4 weeks on Friday Eastern Standard Time. It starts April 17th, and it's from 6 to 7:30, and it's free. The only thing we ask for is for people to buy the book that goes with the class, which is called Discipleship and Evangelism through writing, something of that sort. But I can give you all that.
Spreading the gospel.
Yeah, there he goes. He got it. Spreading the gospel through writing and discipleship, something, a 4-week kingdom journey. And
that's
I
April 17th. I did not hear the time.
From 6 to 7:30 for 4 weeks. And of course, the launch of his third book, Keepers of the Canopy 2. It was a prequel, which was a writing introduction, and then it was Keepers of the Canopy 1. And now there's Keepers of the Canopy 2, an ancient call, the ancient call coming out. So that should be coming out within the next couple months.
Okay. So you can send me the information so that I can have it in the bio of this interview when it is going to be published, so that everyone can take a look and to get the support that you need for this. All right. So thank you again, guys. Thank you so much for speaking with us today. This has been good, very informative. I enjoyed it. And with that, I say, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, nor is it proud. See you soon.
Loving you ain't so bad. I miss the days we used to hang around. Please don't be so sad, girl, I still hear your voice in every sound. Back when the time slowed down, we were laughing, love was all we knew. Now it's just me here, but the truth is I am still